Most people don't get caught off guard by some dramatic breaking news event. They get caught on an ordinary day doing something routine when something small doesn't behave the way it always has. Subscribe if you want to stay ahead of what's coming. You walk into a store for one item you've bought 100 times before, and it's either missing or the price is just high enough to make you pause. Not panic, not fear, just hesitation. And that hesitation is where most people quietly lose their advantage. Here's what almost nobody says directly. Prices don't spike all at once. They shift gradually, category by category, item by item, until one day the normal price you're used to is gone and doesn't come back. And the items that move first aren't luxury goods. They're not rare. They're the everyday things people rely on without thinking. The only real difference is timing. The ones who notice early adjust once. The ones who wait adjust again and again under pressure. 8 items, most of them cheap right now, all of them sitting in plain sight, but not for long. The last item on this list is something many people are struggling with in other states already. Number 8, vehicle tires and auto parts. This is one of those things people ignore until they actually need it. Tires and basic car parts don't feel urgent because they wear out slowly. But when demand rises or supply tightens, prices jump fast. And you don't have options when something fails. You either replace it or you stop moving. That's what makes this category different. It quietly shifts from, "I'll deal with it later," to, "This is expensive now," without warning. Number 7, home energy costs. Electricity and heating aren't things you buy once. They're monthly systems you depend on every day. When energy prices rise, you feel it immediately in your bills, with no warning and no delay. There's no buffer, no waiting period, and no way to avoid it once it shows up. And during high-demand seasons, costs can climb even faster because everyone is using the same system at the same time. You don't choose when it happens. You just adjust to whatever the new cost is. That's why the only real advantage people have is preparing a little earlier, before those changes show up in full. Number 6, digital subscriptions. Most people don't realize how many subscriptions are quietly running in the background until the total starts to feel heavy. Streaming, storage, apps, tools, each one feels small on its own, but together they build up without notice. And when prices increase or free trials end, the change doesn't feel gradual, it feels sudden. The biggest issue is that it's automatic. The money leaves before you even think about it, and most people only notice after the pattern has already changed. Number 5, toiletries. This category gets ignored until it becomes a problem. Soap, toothpaste, deodorant, sanitary products, they don't feel urgent individually, but running out during a price spike is frustrating. What makes them different is how fast they disappear once people start stocking up. Not because supply stops, but because everyone remembers them at the same time. There are very few substitutes here. A small stock now saves you stress later. Number 4, cleaning supplies. This one follows a very predictable pattern. Prices rise quietly, then demand spikes. Detergent, disinfectant, paper towels, these rely on constant restocking. That system works until too many people buy at once. Then, shelves start showing gaps. The smartest move is simple. Don't wait until you're almost out. Number 3, batteries. Batteries feel like something that will always be available until suddenly they're not. Demand hits from multiple directions at once. Homes, businesses, and emergency prep all pulling from the same shelf. And you don't think about batteries until you need them. That's the worst time to realize prices have increased or stock is gone. Right now, they're cheap and easy to find. That won't always be the case. Number 2, medications and basic health items. This isn't about extreme situations. It's about normal problems happening at the wrong time. Pain relievers, cold medicine, allergy tablets, first aid supplies, these are usually bought reactively. But when prices rise or supply tightens, reactive buying becomes expensive fast. And when demand spikes, the exact items people need most are the first to go. A small supply now keeps you out of that rush. Number 1, Fuel not just for your car, but what it controls. Fuel doesn't rise alone. It pushes everything else with it. Transport costs go up, delivery costs go up, and store prices follow. It's one of the earliest signals. You don't need to store fuel at home to benefit from this. Just don't let your tank run low during uncertain periods. Because once fuel becomes unstable, everything connected to it starts shifting. And here's what most people underestimate. None of these items are hard to get. The only thing that makes them difficult later is timing. Right now, they're normal. Normal prices, normal availability. The shift happens when enough people think the same thought at the same time. I should get this now. That's when pressure builds. That's when shelves thin out. That's when prices stop being predictable. The people who avoid that moment didn't move dramatically earlier. They just moved before the crowd. Before May 1st isn't really a deadline. It's just a line. On one side, everything is easy. On the other side, everything costs more time, more money, or both. Subscribe for more, and see you in my next video.